Hi everyone, I hope you had a good weekend. I'm back with another vlog. I've been doing a couple of weekly vlogs and because of everything that's going on, I kind of get to Wednesday and usually something happens and the vlog just gets forgotten about. So I think what I'm going to do this week, I'm just going to do a daily vlog. I may try and do a couple of daily vlogs, but I'm definitely going to do one daily vlog. So today is Monday. So we'll start this daily vlog. I've got a glass of water that I made up and put in the fridge with some lemons and limes in, and it is very refreshing because I think I need to drink a little bit more water because I'm not drinking enough of it. So more water's definitely on the cards this week. So like always, I'll start with an update on Warren's treatment. He went into hospital last Wednesday for his second cycle of chemo. This was the harsher cycle, so this was the cytarabine cycle, which is kind of well known to be harsher and takes a little bit more out of you. So he went in on Wednesday and he started the treatment on Thursday morning. So actually didn't start the treatment until Thursday afternoon. It's 4 treatments. So you have one, if you have it at 7 o'clock at night, you have to have the next one 12 hours later. So he had 7 o'clock Thursday night, 7 a.m. Friday morning. Then they were late giving him it on the Friday night. It didn't start until 9 o'clock. So the one on Saturday morning didn't start until 9 a.m. And he came out of hospital on about 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon. So when they have the treatment, it's like a drip bag. It's like a bag full of the stuff, the toxic stuff, and it goes into a drip and into his arm. And it takes about 4 to 5 hours for that to go through. So on the nighttime one, the one that didn't start until 9 o'clock at night. So it was like 4 or 5 hours, about midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning when it finished. And Warren doesn't particularly want to lie in the bed while he's having it done. He prefers to sit in the chair because he says, well, if he dozes off, he's frightened the tube and he'll get tangled. So he sits in the chair to have it done. And he's really tired by the time it finishes. The first one he had on the Thursday night made him feel quite sick. They're supposed to put an anti-sickness drip before the chemo bit, and they didn't do that with the first one. So for the last hour of that chemo session, he felt very, very nauseous, and he kept, and he kept reaching and there's nothing there. He said he was doing that for about an hour, which sounds really horrible and obviously takes a lot out of you. So definitely this cycle is taking its toll a little bit more. After the first treatment, they gave him the anti-sickness drip before each chemo, which was a lot better, and he didn't feel sick. But he is very tired. This chemo makes your eyes sting. So they've given him drops for that 4 times a day, which I'm having to put in for him because he finds it difficult to do himself. Now I'm a bit funny with eyes. I've never been able to put drops in my own eyes. I couldn't do it with my children, but I persevered and I'm doing it for Warren. We've been doing that. The lumps have gone down. He had 2 lumps on his neck, which were very, very noticeable when it first started, and now you can hardly see them. He says he cannot really feel them anymore in his neck, so that's good. Hopefully that means the treatment is working. They reckon that 7 to 10 days after he's had the chemo, that is when it is a critical time, as that's when the neutrophils can drop. I think the neutrophils are something that help your white cells or something in your immune system. I think, don't quote me on that. I'm not a medical person, but that's when the neutrophils drop and his immune system is very compromised, and that can that can cause problems in itself. They said, your temperature will really go up. You may feel dizzy and shaky, so we have to watch out for that. They've given us some more injections. I said last week on the video that they gave us some filgrastim injections, which boost the neutrophils back up, which there's a 7-day course of that, which I inject him with them in his stomach, and that helps the neutrophils go back up so he can have the 3rd cycle of chemo, which should be in 21 days time. And they've said for that cycle, because it's the less harsh one, which is called the maxi chop one, you can probably do that as a day patient, which will be much better, but that's dependent on how he's feeling over the next couple of weeks. We seem to have settled into a little bit of a pattern. So the day that he comes out of hospital, and for probably the day after that, he's a little bit hyper. And I think that the chemo must kind of give you some kind of boost, because he is quite hyper. He's like the Energizer bunny for those 2 days. And then on the 3rd day, he kind of crashes, and, you know, the depression and the mood swings set in. But we've, because of the first one and then the second one, we've kind of started to notice a pattern. So maybe we'll know what to expect more going forward, and it won't be such a roller coaster. He is very, very tired this time. He's sleeping a lot more. He feels very out of breath. We haven't been able to, I mean, he only came out 2 days ago, but he hasn't been able to go out for a walk. So hopefully over the next week, he might boost back up, especially after we give him the injections. So we'll just have to see how that goes. I don't want to get too, it seems to be going well, but I don't want to get too complacent about it, because I know things can happen. So we're just trying to take it, you know, a day at a time. But he does seem to be tolerating the treatment quite well. He's lost all of his hair now, but you know, there's nothing that we can't cope with at the moment. It is exhausting for both of us, obviously more for him, but we are coping with it. So we'll see how that goes. The one thing that has irritated us a little bit is we've applied for universal credit, which we should get on the 29th of August, fingers crossed. They gave us a form called a UC50 to fill in. Now, I believe this is something to do with limited capability for work. And if you get this form filled in and sent off, I don't know whether there's an extra payment you get on top of the standard universal credit. I think there might be, but it means that he doesn't have to keep getting a fit note from the doctor to then give to the universal credit to say that, you know, he can't be looking for work. So we gave this form to the doctors. It was 2 weeks ago on Friday, and we thought it would be filled in pretty quickly. That wasn't the case. We've rang up a couple of times and been told that, oh, this is not an NHS form, that, you know, it can't take 4 to 6 weeks. The doctor, it's on the doctor's desk. And, you know, right, well, yeah, it's not we didn't say this to them, but it's not an NHS form, but, you know, he's got cancer and he's having chemo, so we've got no money coming in. So isn't that important enough for the doctor to try and get to it quickly? And the receptionist said, oh, the doctor only works 3 days a week. And it was a Wednesday when we rang, and she said, the doctor works Monday, Wednesday and Friday. And we said, well, is she not in today? And they said, oh no, she's doing ward rounds. I didn't know GPs did ward rounds. I'm not quite sure what she meant by that. But then we said, well, can Dr. X do it? I won't say his name. And, oh no, he only works 2 days a week. And it's like, well, do you have any doctors that work full time? I know they're doing the best they can, and they are overworked, but it's just pretty frustrating, you know, when you're sitting waiting for money coming in, and the doctor's sitting with the form on their desk, and we've been told, oh, she's going on holiday this Friday for a week. And it's like, well, we need to get the form back by the 28th of August, or it says, you know, it could affect your benefit. So I don't know, that's quite frustrating. So that's the updates on Warren. I have just had a what we call an accountability call. So I'd been chatting with this other lady who, she is a blogger, but she's recently started a YouTube channel. She's called Reiki, and her channel is Easy Peasy Greenie, I think it's called. And we decided to have an accountability call every Monday morning at 9:30. So every Monday we FaceTime each other, and we're usually on for about half an hour, and we'll just say, right, this is what we plan to do this week. So we're actually telling somebody what we plan to do. So then the next Monday when we have the next call, we'll say, did you do that? If you didn't do that, was there a reason you didn't do it? And I've found it really helpful, and I hope Reiki has too. It's just really nice. It motivates me on a Monday morning, and because she's a blogger as well as a YouTuber, we can talk about both blogs and YouTube. So I've just had my call with Reiki, and it has motivated me a little bit, because getting into a routine with work is a little bit difficult at the moment. I'm not setting myself too much to do. Maybe 2 or 3 things a day that I know I can get done if nothing else goes wrong. So it is nice to have that call on a Monday just to chat that through. So I'll catch up with you later today. So today's lunch is cheese and mushroom omelette with spinach. That is red Leicester cheese. One was turned out of the pan nicely and one kind of fell to bits. Warren actually managed to cook lunch today. He is trying to do the things he's able to do when he can do it. So today he felt up to making lunch, which was very nice. It's now 1:30. I've had my lunch. I've spent the morning editing a juicer video, which you probably would already have seen. And this afternoon I want to do a little bit of work on a new word search puzzle book. I think I'm going to do a child's one this time. I do have another one in mind, but the theme I've chosen is proving a little bit more challenging than what I was expecting it to be. So I'll keep working on that a little bit at a time, but I think the child's one will be a lot easier to create. I'm going to be doing a video, I think I might do it next week, on how I've actually created the puzzle book, or how I created the self-care puzzle book. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll put a link to the word search puzzle book in the description box below if you want to go and have a look at it. I know a few of you have already bought it, and I do hope you're enjoying it. So I just thought I'd show you what I'm reading at the minute. I finished the Peter Kay one, and I've started the Chilbury Ladies Choir, and this is by Jennifer Ryan, and it's about a group of ladies in Kent, a little village in Kent in the 1940s. So it's during the Second World War, and it's how they interact with each other, and how their lives intertwine, and what they're up to and things like that. And it's all done through letters and journal entries. I've only read a couple of chapters of it, or a couple of the letters and journal entries, because that's how it's written. And I did get straight into it. It's quite easy to read, and there's already some scandal going on. So yeah, I'm quite enjoying that book. I'm not very far through it, but I'll keep you posted on what I thought of it when I finished it. So that's the Chilbury Ladies Choir by Jennifer Ryan. I also just wanted to mention, I did put a post on my community tab, it'll be last week, that I wanted to start an online book club on my YouTube channel. And I think one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because I am enjoying reading at the moment, and because we're not doing much of anything else, I'm probably reading more than I would have done ordinarily. And reading is relaxing us. And I think I said a few weeks ago in a video that I was trying to read more, first thing in the morning, just to give myself a bit of self-care. So I really enjoy reading, and I thought if we started an online book club on YouTube, we could choose a book. So I'll put 3 choices up for this month. I've just picked 3 books off my bookshelf, and I'll show them here, and I will put them on my community tab as well, and then we can vote on which one we want to read. So the idea is we'll start reading them, you can start reading them anytime I suppose, but we'll do it on a monthly basis. So you might want to start reading it, say, on the 1st of September, and then I'll do a live stream video on YouTube at the end of the month. I don't know what date yet. We'll try and find a time that suits everybody. So if you want to put some comments in the comment section below about what dates and times would suit you for the live stream review, so you can come and listen to what I've got to say, and you can add your comments, or if anybody wanted to join me on video live, I'd be happy to do that as well. So I will also put that on my community tab, so we can choose the book that we want to read that suits most people. I don't mind if there's only a few people who want to do it. I know sometimes book videos don't get as many views, but you have all been so supportive of my channel. Keep staying subscribed to us, buying the word search book, contributing to the GoFundMe page. You've just been so supportive. I wanted to give something back, and I thought a book club would be a really nice way to do it, where we can actually have a live sort of conversation with everybody together. So the 3 books that I've just picked off my bookshelf that I haven't read yet, that I thought we could choose from one of these for September. So if you are interested, like I say, put some comments in the description box, in the comments box below. Obviously, you don't have to commit to anything. If you're not able to read the book that month, that's fine. If you just want to read it and you don't want to join in the live stream, that's also fine. But the first one is The Midnight House by Amanda Geard, I think that is. And this says, a lost letter, a long kept secret. 1940 in Ireland, the beautiful lady Charlotte Rathmore is pronounced dead after she disappears near the lake of Blackwater Hole. In London, on the brink of the Blitz, Nancy Rathmore, I should have put my glasses on for this, is grieving Charlotte's death when a letter arrives containing a secret that she is sworn to keep, one that will change her life forever. And then we jump to 2009. It sounds a little bit like some of Kate Morton's books, and the cover actually reminds me of Kate Morton. So if you've read her, the book might be pretty similar. So that's the first one. The second one we could read is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. And this says, 5 years ago, schoolgirl Andy Bell was murdered by Sal Singh. The police know he did it. Everyone in town knows he did it. But having grown up in the same small town that was consumed by the murder, Pippa Fitzamoby, sorry, I really should have put my glasses on, isn't so sure. When she chooses the case as the topic for her final year project, she starts to uncover secrets that someone in town desperately wants to stay hidden. Now, I did try and watch this. This is a series on BBC, and I did try to watch it, and I couldn't really get into it. But the book's usually always better, so that could be the second choice. And the third one I picked off my shelf is None of This Is True by Lisa Jewell. Now, I know a lot of people like to read Lisa Jewell, and this one says, celebrating her 45th birthday at her local pub, podcaster Alex Summers crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie is also celebrating her 45th birthday. They are in fact birthday twins. A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, this time outside Alex's children's school. Josie has been listening to Alex's podcasts and thinks she might be an interesting subject for a new series. It says, 2 women, 2 stories, which one do you trust? Twisty, twisty, twisty. So that one sounds interesting as well. So if you want to join in, put it in the I keep saying description, put it in the comments box below which book you would prefer to read, and we can get started in September and look forward to a live discussion about the book at the end of September. Like I say, I will also put it on my community tab with a poll on, so you can vote in there if you want to. Tea tonight is spaghetti bolognese. The bolognese had been in the freezer, so we just frosted that, and a pot-baked baguette. It has been all the way baked. It's now 6:15. We had the grandkids up for an hour. They came up with Nicola and Andrew. Obviously, they didn't go up themselves. We haven't been able to have them overnight for quite a few weeks now, because obviously all the things that's going on. We might try and have them kind of the third week of each cycle, when Warren's immune system is boosted back up again. We have to make sure they've got no coughs, sneezes, sore throats, anything like that, because we don't want Warren to be compromised. But it was nice to see them anyway. They were quite taken aback when they saw Warren, because obviously he's got no hair now, and they were a bit surprised. But kids are quite, they take things easily. We have kind of told them the situation. I don't know how much they understand at 5 and 7, but we've just said the medicine Grandad's having has made his hair fall out, and they seemed quite happy with that. So it was nice to see those. I think tonight we're just going to relax for a change. We might watch an episode of Downton Abbey. I'm just going to turn you around. Warren's actually got a jigsaw on the go, so I'll just show you it. So this is the jigsaw. It's called Beautiful Britain. And it's just kind of a map of what looks like, well, actually it's all of Britain on there. You've got from Edinburgh, we've got Newcastle, Manchester, Sheffield, Oxford and London. Quite a nice jigsaw, 1,000 pieces. He has started it. He's got the outside done. The light in here is not brilliant for jigsaws, I have to say, because it's shining right above the table. There isn't really anywhere else to do it. But that's probably what is going to be our activity this evening. Actually, I've got a box of Lego here. When Warren got his medieval village for his birthday, this came as gift with purchase, so this was free with it. And I kind of twisted his arm to let me do it. He might change his mind, like now he's got no Lego left himself to do. So I might leave it for him to do when he's finished the jigsaw. We'll see. But it's quite a nice little set. It's a sweet shop. It's nice to get something free when you've bought something. So yeah, that's going to be what we're doing tonight. So I think I'll finish the video there. Like I say, I'm just going to do one day, kind of day in the life vlogs at the moment. So I know I'm going to get them done and then get them edited and up for the next day probably. If you're interested in the book club, I'll leave the details in the description box below, and you'll also see some posts on my YouTube community tab probably over the next couple of days with it as well. So I hope you enjoyed that vlog. Wasn't very long, but we've got some stuff in there. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.